Here's the phone number you can call right now if you want to get on the air and ask a question of David Martinek from Recycle Frog. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Email questions, Facebook questions as well are accepted. David's currently testing a gold ring.
Yes.
This is like top-notch testing equipment, right?
It is. It's. I often say it's as close as you're ever going to get to a refiner itself. So what it's doing, and you can just pull that right off. You can show that to the camera. So we've just tested this little ring here, and what we do is we put a pen that has a little gel. You touch it to the material that you want to be testing,
right,
and within a couple of seconds it pushes a little electrical current through it, and because gold is a good conductor of electricity, it converts the speed that the current travels into purity. So in this case it says 10 kY, which means it's
10 karat?
Yellow. So the Y stands for yellow gold.
Oh.
So if it was white gold, it would come back as 10 kW as white gold.
Oh.
So it's that
It knows
precise.
that it's yellow gold?
Well, you're doing a little test here. You can see on the bottom there's a Y, there's a W, there's an R.
Oh, are you punching that in?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's sending a very specific charge to test it.
It did tell you it was 10 carats.
That's right. Exactly. And the 418 means it's 41.8% pure gold. Or sorry, 416.
That's 416.
416.
That's the 416.
That's the 416. So again, the beautiful thing about the experience with us is that we're going to show you exactly what we're seeing. So there's nothing that's hidden from the consumer. One of the things I always say, and it's a bit of a cliche, is that anyone who comes to see us, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. There's absolutely no risk. We will do all the testing and determining what we can purchase things for.
Yeah.
Present that offer to the customer, and if they like the offer, we write a check immediately. We'll remove any stones and things like that, give them right back.
Yeah.
And then they walk away with a check, and we recycle all of that on their behalf. The other nice thing is if you come in with, I've got an example of some old coins here. These are, sort of turn of the century, 1920s, 1930s. Very old coins. When you come to see us, we're looking at these coins to determine whether or not there's any collector value to these coins or not. If there is collector value, meaning there's more value to someone else to buy them as the coin itself rather than to melt them down, we're going to refer you to somebody who can actually pay you more for that. We're not the best people to purchase it from you. That's a very rare thing. Most gold buyers want to buy everything they can.
I know you have a couple of events scheduled for today, as a matter of fact. You're in two spots today?
We're in two spots. The Shankman Arts Center, which is our stomping grounds in Orleans. We're there every month. So 245 Centrum Boulevard. And then we're also at the Best Western on Carling at 1272 Carling Avenue, across from Westgate.
Both today?
Today and tomorrow, and from 11 to 7, so all day.
I think our first caller this morning, Suzanne, is going to visit you, or at least plans to today. Suzanne, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm fine, and you?
Very good. Thanks for asking. Now, you're going to go to the Orleans event today, are you?
That's correct. It's my first time. I received a flyer.
Right.
And I love the process. It explains everything on it.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, they say on the flyer that there's only one recycle representative in Orleans.
That's right. That's right.
If I go there, is there a long wait for everything, or?
It's a very good question. It's a little bit unpredictable. I think that's the most predictable thing about our business. I always recommend if you are on a bit of a time crunch, either go first thing in the morning, so when we're ready to start at 11, be there right away. And if not, then you can always come towards the end of the event as well. Those tend to be the quietest times. Midday is when it really starts to fill in.
So first of the time of the event?
Yeah, well, the good news is though, Suzanne, the transaction is very fast. So even though there's only one person who's there doing the evaluations, it moves along very quickly. It takes between sort of 10 to 15 minutes for every transaction. And sometimes even quicker than that, but it moves along very quickly, so the wait times are very insignificant.
I must tell you, some years ago, and we've talked about this before, I went to one of these traveling road shows, sort of deals with a Rolex watch in hand and so on. And first of all, the lineup was huge. I was down the hallway of some hotel or something like that. And I had my son at the time was like a child I had in my arms.
Wow.
I couldn't carry him anymore. But anyway, I stood there for hours. And when I got inside and finally talked to someone, there were 4 or 5 representatives at a long table or what have you. I felt an intense pressure to do something. And, I really didn't feel, in the end, it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not one to sit back and, I've got that personality. I don't,
You don't take
I'm not gonna,
any guff.
No, but for people who show up at these the first time, it may be a little unnerving. But
Well,
I get the feeling, and I've not been to one of your events, David, but
You should come out.
I should. You're
Test
right,
us out.
and maybe I will. I get the feeling that these pressure tactics aren't something you're comfortable with.
There's a couple of reasons why there's pressure tactics. First and foremost, for us, the customer experience is absolutely everything. We won't be a company that's around for the next 10 years if we don't treat people fairly, if we put pressure on the customer to accept our offers. But one of the main reasons why people put pressure on you to accept an offer is because they're getting a commission for it.
Yeah.
So they're being incented to make you accept that offer. We don't do that. Everyone is a salaried employee. They get
No matter what happens during the run of the day.
So if you accept our offer, fantastic. If you don't, we want you to walk away with a positive experience, whether or not you've accepted our offer.
Okay.
And that's the only way our company can grow. In fact, in late December, we were nominated for Customer Service Excellence Awards by our customers. So they simply went out and nominated us, and that was, I think, validation that what we're doing, we're on the right track, and we're doing the right thing.
Right.
Yep.
We'll take a break, but still one more segment to ask questions. And we'll also try and give people some tips on what they should expect, what to be prepared for, and how to get the best, the most for your money, for your items that you're bringing. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. That's where you find Recycle Frogs. Want to give them a call. Easy to do that. You can even drop by their World Exchange Plaza headquarters with your items, if you didn't get out to some of the events that are happening. We'll be back with more of Ask the Expert with Recycle Frog right after this.